Hi everyone, welcome back to the Players Podcast. I'm Ava Lang, your host, and this week's guest is a top-tier tennis player. She's also the captain of the AU Tennis Club team, Kylie Finkelstein. Okay, so Kylie, can you either introduce yourself a little bit further and just tell us how you are?
Yeah, so I'm Kylie. Thank you for the swell introduction.
Oh my goodness, of course.
I'm a sophomore here at AU. I'm in COGOD. Really exciting stuff, I know. But I also, as you mentioned, am the captain of the club tennis team. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so just to address the elephant in the room because this is the kind of the big question of the day. So I've read in the AU Eagle that American is planning on taking the tennis courts down and not replacing them. So I just wanted to ask if that's correct and kind of hear your take on things.
Yeah, that's true. There's no plans to replace the courts. My take on it, I'm obviously, less than thrilled with it. However, I think all of us on the tennis team like the sport enough to kind of want to find alternatives, even though the school has kind of dealt us a bad hand.
Yeah, so I also heard you guys are planning on moving off campus. So I'm assuming you guys are moving to like different locations. So how are you dealing with that change?
Yeah, so as of right now, the plans are really not even concrete, but we're playing off campus officially once a week at Rock Creek Park. And then for other practices, we've been looking locally, like in Turtle Park, which is in Spring Valley, and Newark Park, which is in Cathedral Heights, and also at GW's Mount Vernon campus, but we can't even say for sure what's going on. Yeah, that's the best I can offer at the moment because the plans are less than fully in place.
Mm-hmm. And then just for just you as like a person, how are you feeling about? I know you said you're less than thrilled, but like, how do you feel about this? And again, you can be either as open or, keep things kind of closer to your chest as you'd like here. We've only, kind of like met a few times, so I just want to give you that. But how do you really feel about this as both player and captain? I mean, you're a sophomore, you said, right? So, yeah, so I know you've been there probably 2 years, so.
Yeah, it's definitely changed the dynamic of the team. People are less close with each other just because of the fact that we don't have courts on campus, so it just makes things a little more difficult. I think people are less willing and able to play, willing because it's taking extra time, and able because it's taking extra time because everyone's, busy. I'm busy all the time with this and myriad of other things, but it's just been difficult and frustrating, and it kind of has put a poor taste in my mouth for the university, for their lack of assistance, I'd say.
Have they, like, what have they done? Honestly, I'm actually a bit confused on that. The AU, like, I feel like they didn't really.
The person who's in charge of club sports has been trying to help, but he's one person, so he can only help so much. It's really also up to the people on the other end who we're trying to work with, and their willingness to let us use their facilities, but everyone's response time is different, and everyone's willingness it ranges, so I think it's just been a frustrating process. And also, we're all college students, we're all busy, and we have less authority, or we have authority, but people assume we have less authority, so they might, discredit us.
Gotcha. So,
yeah.
Kind of overlooked.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's frustrating. So here on the Players Podcast, we do like to keep things like quite relaxed. and obviously keep conversations flowing. So you mentioned the group a few times, but do you know how they're feeling about this, or assume how they're feeling about this?
Yeah, they're not feeling great. I'd say they would express the same frustration that I'm feeling. I'm on e-board, one of the younger members, so I think other members who are like seniors have felt the shift and could probably express even more anger than I feel. But yeah, no one is happy about it.
Yeah.
It's really the consensus.
But you're also a sophomore, so like you won't really, you probably won't benefit from, like, even if they were to rebuild courts, you probably
Exactly. Even if they were to rebuild, they would be rebuilt post graduation.
In my head.
Yeah, they would be. I mean, the D1 facility is expected to be done 2026, so I'd be on my way out by then anyway.
That's literally that's your graduation year?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fun. All right, so seems like you guys are all pretty close then. I mean, at least you're all on the same page. Do you consider them? I know you were saying that some of the people on the e-board are higher up than you, so they could probably give their take and their frustrations a bit easier. But are you guys pretty close outside of the team, or off the courts?
Yeah.
Or
I'd say, especially, I mean, yeah, I think this semester and last year we're all very close with each other. I think we all like each other's company outside of playing the sport. It's not just we see each other, we practice, and then we go home. We all, want to do stuff with each other, go out, hang out, study, which I think is a really nice part of being on this team.
Mm-hmm. And you think that, I mean, obviously it ties to going back to the courts, but do you think that spending time on the court, especially for people maybe that you're, like, say freshmen, that you're just starting to make connections with, do you think that's like a key element to forming these friendships?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I started freshman year, so last year, and I made a bunch of my friends through the tennis team, and I wouldn't have met them otherwise. So I think there's something to be said about had I not had that, I honestly might have transferred.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big statement.
Yeah, I really I like my other friends, but I think like this, it like really kept me around.
Okay. So this is totally switching topics. Thank you for that. But do you feel like the school taking these courts away then will cause harm for the future of the club tennis team? I mean, it seems pretty obvious the answer, but especially given what you just said, saying that like if you hadn't have met these players who formed friends and friendships, you would have possibly transferred. I'm assuming the answer would be yes, but let's just hear your quick take on the school taking them away. Do you think it will harm?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's not even just for club tennis players, it's for people who play pickleball, it's for community members, so I think there's no doubt that taking them away will cause harm to many different groups in a variety of ways.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one, I'm going to say I'm sorry, and that's
okay.
Very unfortunate. But to bring this to a bit of bring a lighter touch to this, on the Player Podcast, we do a little bit of a fun part at the end. So you are a tennis player, clearly. So this is going to be tennis themed. I'm going to ask some questions, and you are just going to say who or what comes to mind immediately.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Favorite player?
Rafa Nadal.
All right. Who would you most want to play?
Against?
Mm-hmm.
Rafa Nadal.
Most attractive player on the court? Male or female? if you will.
Matteo Berrettini.
Oh, okay. And what Grand Slam would you most like to go to?
U.S. Open.
All right. And have you watched Breakpoint on Netflix?
I have.
You have.
Yeah.
Take on it?
Oh, I thought it was great because I love Kyrgios, and I thought I thought it was interesting to watch.
And then favorite surface to play on?
Hard court.
Okay. Lastly, who do you think is the GOAT? The actual GOAT?
Rafa.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. Well, it was lovely having you on the Players Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
All right. Bye, Kylie.
Bye.